From the studios of Foxboro Cable Access, located in the center of Foxborough, Massachusetts, you are watching Around Foxborough.
Hi, I'm Stephen Uden, and welcome to Around Foxborough, broadcast here from Foxboro Cable Access. I've been blessed by being invited to guest host for Jury Love and Mark Rivard while they're taking care of some other matters. And I'm very happy to have with me on this session our librarian from the famous Boyden Library, which we all know and love, Manny, Leite, our director. Manny, welcome. And it's really nice to have you here on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I hate to tell everybody, but we do have a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow that's nice, is Manny is leaving after about 6 years here in the town, but he's leaving for some very nice reasons and also more challenges in his profession. Manny actually holds a master's in library information science and has been doing this in East Bridgewater. And what was the other town? I forget.
Tiverton, Rhode Island.
Tiverton, that's right. Or as we say, Tiverton.
Yes.
And now you're moving to tell the world and what you're going to do here a little bit. Just fill us in on the joy that's about to be your next step in life.
So in mid-January, I will be the new director of the Blount County Public Library System, and that is located in Tennessee. Blount County has a population. It's going to be a big challenge from a population of Foxborough, which is right around a little over, 17,000?
Yeah, around there, yeah. If you don't do it in the metric system or whatever, I don't even know how that works. But
yeah, it's so going from here to a county with a population of a little over 135,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people to serve.
It's a tall challenge. And the search committee down there thought I would be the one to lead the march, and I'm not going to disappoint them.
Uh-huh. And you're going, where are you going? In the Smoky Mountains? Or are you going to Nashville and play some music? Or are you going to sing? Or what are you going to do?
So Blount County is located in the beautiful Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. It's a little south of Knoxville. Knoxville will be about 10 minutes, away. And East Tennessee, I guess, is the best way to locate it on a map. But yeah, we will be in the heart of the Smoky Mountains.
Well, it's beautiful, but buy some short sleeve T-shirts for the summer. I used to live down that way. So,
yeah.
Wanted to talk with you, if I may, and thank you for. And we know you're a paid employee, but it's very important to our community to have best in class working in all facets, especially something as important as the Boyden Library. I've been blessed to have my two daughters be raised from the children's department there right up through and past their graduation from Foxborough High. Speaking of the children's department, I know that's the Spinney Family Center. Maybe you could talk about a little bit about how the Spinney Center came about and what I think is a big loss for the library, but gain for the person who just retired from there, because she meant so much to so many children in the Spinney Center.
Sure. So when the library was built back in 2000 or renovated in 2015, the generosity of the Spinney family really helped and spearheaded the renovation of this building. And the building committee at the time fell and voted to name the children's room after the Spinney family. They continuously throughout their generosity has made sure that the library has up-to-date materials, furniture, programming. They're huge supporters of the Boyden Library.
Yes,
And
and that's wonderful. And we also just had a retiree from there who
yeah.
has the same type of depth of kindness and importance to the community, right? Do we want to say hi to her?
Absolutely. I do want to say hi to Betsy Buckland, who worked here for 16 years at the library.
Yep.
And I can't say that she'll be sorely missed because she is a substitute here at the library. So we do see her time to time. I do see her from time to time. She works either at the circulation desk or sometimes up in the children's area, in the Spinney area. So we didn't say goodbye, which is great because she's such a hard worker.
Yeah, and
and
she's a lovely person. I actually have the good luck to live not far from she and her husband. You mentioned some philanthropic contributions to the library, and there's a great many other people who too supported it. The Friends of the Library, right?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
what are there, like hundreds of people that do that, or how does the Friends of the Library raise funds, and what do they do for the library?
Well, you're absolutely right. There are, as far as membership for the Friends of the Library, there are hundreds that are involved with the Friends of the Library, and their main goal is to give back to the library. And they do it in many ways, many fundraising opportunities, including we have 2 gigantic book sales each and every year.
Just had one.
We
right?
just had one in November, which was extremely successful. We had it held indoors, like how it used to be.
Yeah.
And then we have one in the spring. And all that money goes right back into the library for programming, for supplies, basically anything that we ask for. The Friends, with their generosity, they're able to help us out. And we're very grateful because not every town is as fortunate as Foxborough. There are many municipalities in the Commonwealth that don't have a strong Friends group, and some libraries don't even have a Friends group.
Right.
So,
and that goes back to Foxborough. I don't know what's in the water. I've lived here 22 years and raised a family here with my dear wife. And this town just oozes kindness to itself and each other with very little selfishness. One of the questions I always ask when I see the book sale is, and I know the answer in advance just because you and I spoke earlier, but once you sell all the books, or once you sell the books that are to be sold, how, either in the modern era or in restoration or just purchasing new actual physical books, do you backfill what's sold? Like, are the shelves empty, or what goes on there?
So that's a very good question. So what we do is, once the books are taking off our shelves, we're constantly updating. I'll give you a couple of examples. Our travel section is constantly updated because our travel books, after a couple of years, there are new attractions or maybe new hotels or new places to visit in that city. So that needs to be updated. Another example would be the medical section. That's constantly being updated with new research and new topics. So we do that, as well as the car guide, the consumer reports, the auto guide. We update that each and every year. But we also use some of that money now to add to our streaming collection.
Excellent.
Which is all done online.
Yep.
Which is
terrific.
Yeah.
And you know what else is terrific too is 2 things. One is you have not just books and silence and reading and checking out with a library card, all types of media, but you also have speaker series there. We can use the facility depending on the scope of policy, the building for discussions or town meetings of small groups. And also, if you talk about the marvelous museum pass program that you have there too. So what kind of things do you have go on with speaking events and maybe even art or memorabilia on the walls, or around the building. Can you talk to that?
Sure can.
Thanks.
So, I mean, I'm happy to say that we do have in-person programming again, and not all libraries are at that point, unfortunately. But since day one of when we closed the building down back in March of 2020, my goal was to figure out how we can open the library safely to our patrons. And we've done that.
Closed for COVID for no other reason, right?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So with that, we've been very happy to bring back our programming, which includes our famous Sunday concert series, which we just had a concert this past Sunday. We have one more in December, one more this month, and then we'll do it again in January through April, more concerts.
And these things are available for free, or maybe with a library card, right? I mean, it's
no library card needed. These are free. Walk in the door, enjoy music.
Fantastic. Yeah. And then, as I said, what about the say anything art on the walls or anything like that? You may not have originals, but you certainly have some town lore in and around the building, right?
We do have some artwork around the building, but what we also have in our community room is each and every month we have a local artist display their exhibit. We just had one that was absolutely gorgeous of underwater photography. We have one, currently showing the sites of Foxborough, including Gillette, the Town Common, Memorial Hall. So that's up through the end of the month, and we have a photographer coming in January for photography from the Cape Cod area.
And how long do those run, and we can discuss how and who to contact at the end of the show, but
sure.
How do you choose who's displayed or presenting speeches and these art shows and musical performances?
So they run about a month as far as the artwork, but as far as like the artwork, the speakers, the music, I'm the one who reaches out to these artists, to these musicians, not magicians, that's for children's, musicians, yes, and writers. I reach out to them and see if they would be interested in either speaking or singing at the library or displaying their wonderful artwork. And it's been tremendous. We have a waiting list of performers that do want to come here and show their talents off at the library, which is great. So, yeah, I reach out to them instead of making the cold calls. It's the cold emails, and I do get responses. And what I do like to, happen is bring back fan favorites. So if we've had musicians that have been great in the past or authors, we bring them back. We just had Ted Reinstein, and we've had him numerous times. Same thing
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but in a nutshell, there's a whole breadth of things that you can do at the library, basically without taking a penny out of your pocket. And if you want to take a penny out of your pocket, you can donate to the Friends of the Boyden Library. And so there's ways to do everything to balance out, that is, all the beautiful things from the Boyden Library. By the way, I remember with the great Jack Arthurlet, the Memorial Hall off the Common, which is now our historical society, used to be what? And then you tell us what happened after that.
So it used to be the library many, many years ago. And I don't know if you know this, but Memorial Hall was in Ripley's Believe It or Not.
No way.
Because it was the only public library at the time that was in a cemetery.
So it was naturally quiet.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yes.
Okay. That came out the wrong way, but whatever.
So yes, it did. And eventually in 1967, we have this wonderful building, which is named after Uriah Borden, who was the one who, as a gift to the town, established the first public library.
So Uriah Borden? was the
Yes.
benefactor for
Boyden.
That Is
Yes.
All Things Library?
Yes.
Fantastic. Wow. And we've had, of course, the town helps pay for the library, as resident taxpayers. We're kind of running out of time here. So I'd like to get back to Manny for a minute, because you really have done quite a bit for our library system. Can you tell us a couple things that you and your staff are proud to have come to fruition, and then anything you might be leaving that's got legs and you would like to see carried out, if and as possible, as all things change from time to time. But would you talk about that, and then and then tell us a little bit more about you, and then we'll wrap this up.
I think the thing I am most proud of, and hopefully people will remember, was COVID.
Yeah.
We were shut down. I didn't go to library school and to deal with pandemics. It just didn't happen.
Right.
So we were actually the first library in this entire area to open its doors to the patrons. And I couldn't have done that without the support of the entire staff here at the Boyden Library, the Board of Library Trustees, who are just such an amazing group of dedicated individuals that just, they're pro-library and they're fantastic. Also, the administration in the town of Foxborough kind of said, Manny, go with it. And I had help from them and the Board of Health. And we were able to open our doors, like I said, the first in this area, safely. We never had to shut down. There are libraries that opened and had to shut down, unfortunately, due to an outbreak. But knock on wood, we have been safe since we've opened back in July of 2020. So I think that right there is my biggest accomplishment, because I didn't see this coming at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was we're all in the fog of war, if you will, and you had to steer the library ship. You can also get, I forgot to mention, I want to bring this up, there is internet access with safety protocols in place, cybersecurity safety protocols in place for people to do job searching and researching and that sort of thing. Nothing controversial, but I'm correct, aren't I?
Well, the children's department, their public internet terminals are, but our public computer is right at the reference desk. We do have security on it. We do, but we don't have filters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. people that may need a internet resource can also use the Boyden as that. And then, if you will, before we talk about your favorite parts of being here, and then we'll wrap up, I want to back up to, could you tell us a little overview of the library pass program that we have, electronic and in person, to go see museums, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, this is something that we're very proud of here at the library. We have a museum pass program, which you could go to the Mystic Aquarium in Mystic, Connecticut. You can go to the Children's Museum in Boston, the MFA, Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. And all you need in the aquarium, I mean, we have so many.
I just went to the Isabella Stewart Gardner with a pass.
There's another one. Yeah, BoydenLibrary.org. All you need is your library card. That's all you need. And you have a ticket or an access to all these terrific areas and exhibits and venues that you can bring the family.
And those are provided in large part by generosity of other people, correct?
The majority is generosity of the Friends of the Library.
Yeah.
So again, we go back to the Friends. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to brag like we can about all the various passes that we have at the library.
They do have a Facebook site. I know that because I'm a member of it. So, well, bless you and your family as you leave, and we will miss you. And we do thank you for your professionalism while you're here. What's the favorite thing as you leave about Foxborough or its people, or any modifications to the Rotary? Or all right, don't do that one.
You said it. It's the people. That's what I'm going to miss the most. I've enjoyed every single minute working here at the library, working in the town of Foxborough. The staff I am going to miss tremendously. And this decision had nothing to do with me just looking for a greener pasture. This is an area that my wife and I have always loved and desired to live there since we've known one another.
Yeah, it's beautiful there.
Yeah, and this opportunity we couldn't pass up because we would regret it. We would always say, what if we didn't take this chance? But again, going back, the staff here, they've been fantastic. I have not a bad thing to say, and I will miss them tremendously.
Well, we'll miss you, and as of course, whenever you come back, people will love to see, and I'm sure there'll be COVID-friendly hugs to be had or whatever. How do people get a library card? Do they cost any money?
They're absolutely free. All you need to do is walk into the library, 10 Bird Street, and just make sure you have your driver's license with you. If you don't drive, if you're a minor, your parent or guardian need to be with you so they can sign your card.
Or some kind of ID, like a bill or something like that, or
a utility bill. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. So it's free, it's open, it's rich and deep and wide. We thank you. We wish you blessings on your great professional and familial adventure. Again, we just spoke with Manny Leite, who took over 6 or 7 years ago after Jerry Cirillo, who many people knew as well. You both left 2 pairs of big shoes to fill. So we thank you very much. We're going to wrap up. Again, my name is Stephen Uden. I'm guest hosting for Jerry Love and Mark Rivard here on Around Foxborough. I want to thank, and I'm sure Manny feels the same way, our friends here at Foxboro Cable Access. There's a lot of effort that goes into these sort of public service sessions here you can view, and want to thank them for all the hard work they do everywhere in town. So
absolutely.
Again, this is Stephen Uden. Wish you a Merry Christmas, season's greetings, glad tidings, and blessings to all. And Manny, again, thank you so much for everything. It was great having you here. So
thank you.
Adios, amigos. Thank you.
Thank you.